The next lowest scored is 22. So let's take a look at 22 now. 22. All right. Whenever you see a problem like this problem should be your best friend. What? Mr. Voorhees should be your best friend. If you have a problem and you see a formula given to you just like this, it's your best friend. Why? Because it's going to be an unsolved problem. We just have to plug in our stuff accurately. So let's take a look. It says the formula to calculate the level of sound intensity in decibels is here, where B is the number of decibels. You know, well, hopefully you know, all year when I've given you a word problem and they tell you what represents what, I box it up. B is number of decibels. I is sound intensity. And I0, oh, they tell us what I0 is. Let me change color. That's going to be different. They tell us literally what I0 is. They only make it a question. Which is the intensity of the faintest sound audible to the human ear. The pain threshold of the human ear is 120. Okay, they gave us a number. 120 dBs. What does the dB stand for?
dB, the what?
Decibels. So now you got to look at your problem. What is decibels? We already boxed it up, so check it out. Okay, I hear Y. Be more specific to the formula. What's the decibels in the formula? The B. The B is decibels. So 120 is the B. So this value right here is 120. And they gave us the I0. Let's plug that in. That I0 is 10 to the negative 12. So all we have to do is solve to get our answer here. So let's go to our calculator. I got 120 equals 10 log. Instead of I, that's our unknown. What should we put in Desmos for your unknown? X. Use X for your unknown in Desmos. The power of negative 12. Okay, so I just put this in as my X right there. That's our unknown. Now, nothing happens on my version on this. When y'all took it through School City, something was happening. They were showing you a vertical line. I'm going to go ahead, in case yours doesn't, I'll show you what to do. Just type in Y equals the left. So that means our solution is going to be up at a height of 120. And then Y equals the right. Morning. I'm going to zoom out to 120 because that's where my answer is going to be. And I'll click the point. What does it say the answer is? 1. I don't see the answer 1 there. Okay, I hear C. You're saying 10 to the power of 0 is 1? Let's check it. 10 to the power of 0. What does that equal? 1. So that is the answer. 10 to the power of 0 is 1. So there's not a typo in the calculator or on the test. That right there is the solution, because that equals 1 watts per meter squared. That right there is just a trick question. Let me walk you through this. 10 to the power of 12. Do y'all know what that actually means?
12 zeros.
It would have 12 zeros, which I think a million 6 zeros. A billion would be 9 zeros. I think that's 1 trillion. So that's 1 trillion. Basically, 1 trillion is kind of like my bank account, if you looked at that. So I know that number well. This with a negative 12 is like 1 trillionth, TH at the end, 1 trillionth, like your bank account. I gotcha. No, but that would be like point, and a bunch of zeros, and the 12th digit would be that 1. And then this over here would be like 120 zeros, basically infinity. So that's how those numbers work. This one was selected correctly. Let's see here. Only rounding 40% of the time. 40% of the time. So that was also one of the next lowest scored problems.